Do you know where you are? Yeah, you're in the jungle. Time to die. You remember that one, of course, don't you? It is the Market Sniper back with you, bringing blue skies and greenery and tweeting birds and all of those lovely things that you know he likes so much, plus a little bit of supply chain bottleneck just out of shot. Shippings and shippings. Yes, Panama. On the way to Panama. One of my favorite Van Halen songs as well. Anyway, forget the rock and roll for now. It's all happening, and the big monster of the day, the demon chaser, is your dollar. Yes, indeed. USD. Where did you hear it first? You heard it first with us. Let's go over quickly to the masterful YouTube to remind you, we keep it all there, including all the wrong ones, and we're regularly wrong, by the way. It's not really about being wrong or right. It's about leaning consistently on the ones where you have been right and cutting the ones quickly where you've been wrong and bailing. That's all you do. Keep pressing the winners, keep culling the losers. What did we say? We brought back a future star in a reasonably priced car. No, sorry, wrong program that. Wrong one. We brought back Brent Johnson from a year ago because we felt his message was good, but his timing was wrong, and that he was now going to come into flavor. He was going to be the man of the season, and indeed, that was around about, if we have a look, 2 months ago. And we also highlighted that the strength of the dollar is the pain for the euro. Yes, we've spoken of the diverging central bank policies. We spoke about the interest rates cutting and the highly accommodative policies of Agent Orange, the burnt one, the lawyer, the fraud, versus the Fed tightening, ratcheting up. And that is a big difference. And we also point out the relationship of the Euro USD, the seesaw, with my head being the fulcrum. That's right, one up, the other one down. We gave you the Euro Swiss franc trade. Eventually, the franc will not be able to stay down with the euro. How much of an absolutely garbage fiat do you want to buy if you're a semi-serious one? Well, you'll hold for a while, and then you'll bust and run, and that'll be a spiller, an absolute thriller, all the way from the forests of Manila, although that's not exactly Manila, but anyway, we'll go with it for now. So, what have we been talking to you today? Oh, by the way, I've got your comments. We're getting smart. We've got our little mobile streamer, and we've got the chats here, and I can see. So I'll follow your comments and chats over here on the little devicings, and be watching, so you can leave your questions and comments in there. Remember, sharing is caring. Lots of puppy licks. There's a licks button over there. Lick it, you autistic friends of mine. And also smear us on social media. Because we attempt to keep you entertained and also give you the best ideas in terms of trading, and culling and disowning the ones where we're wrong, and hammering home and bragging. No, we don't want to brag. We want to retain humility. But the dollar is strong. Let's have a look at that chart. Let's pivot. Charting time. The charters. I've been joined recently by people that are now pointing out, oh, the euro, oh dear, the euro, it's going down. They were a little bit late to this trade, I'm afraid. You see that risk reward over there? That's in the green and the red. We gave that, that's right, to our premium people. And then we later, after it had already reached the neckline, broadcast it to you on Freeview. By the way, become a premium person. Yeah, www.themarketsniper.com. Book a chat. We like to talk to you. There's no bot onboarding. There's a human touch, a community. We like to make sure you're semi-sane. And you're determined to protect your wealth in reset times and build it. So what's been happening to that Euro USD on that trade over there? Well, as you can see, it's not been going particularly well for the euro, and the dollar is dominant. And by the way, that has been feeding through. We warned about don't go aggressive into gold and silver more recently. Long run, I'm a massive believer in physical stacking, reset, have your gold, have your silver, I do too. Paper prices right now are going to be affected, and they're going to be lent on by the derivatives, by the dollar strength. And what does that actually mean? They've also suffered a little bit. So euro broke over there around about September. We've been talking about this head and shoulders well before, when it was still shouldering. We talk about complexity in head and shoulders. You'll note it was a little bit of a double-breasted beauty. Love it. We cover complexity in Head and Shoulders, how you should measure them, how you should draw them, and how you can spot them before anybody else, which is exactly what we did. We spotted it before anybody else, and we said, yep, you're shorting in and around the level that was 118. This risk reward has been there since this chart has been in flavor, from around 118, and you could stay short. My personal favorite was actually the Euro Swiss franc, but I have some Euro USD on. The key element is the dollar dominance and what that does to the euro. And what have we had? We had all of this down, 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 down you come, a little revisit and a little kiss of the neckline. Key levels of significance, one of our core topics you will learn. Beautifully recorded, professional mics, his humorous self, hopefully at his finest form, capturing and bringing you with slides all that you need to do so that you can learn the skill and do it for yourself and be wrong like us and also be consistently pressing home your winners like us when you are right. Down, 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 major spiller. Then this holding pattern has been in formation, and in actual fact, nice little fake out to the upside. Everybody was so bullish the euro. I was watching them tweet, and I was going like, really? Are you really going to do that? And they did. We said it'll return, and it'll fall through that basing ascending grind line along the lows, which you will also learn about in our content, and it has. And it is heading down. So it's had a big surge. Now's not the time for you to go chase in on all your long dollar trades, by the way, even though they may continue. Typically, you also, when you're making new lows for a while, can get small reactions, and you can even get medium-sized ones. Longer term, though, we're seeing this 110 run, and we're seeing the lads on Twitter coming back and accepting the dollar strength narrative. So, 2 months ago, you were reminded when we brought Brent Johnson back that technically, in our opinion, he was now going to come whole with the manner in which the FX system fails, potentially into reset on a strong dollar rather than a weak one. So that was your Euro USD. There were also charts for your dollar index. Let's just show you a couple of images. How long were we into this? We have actually shown you this is a bigger time frame, a monthly chart. A monthly chart, this was from some time ago, 2021-09. These are all dated as and when they were taken. September last year, saying that this is a reversal and that you're going to come up to around the 99 levels. And then later, after a pause, potentially squeeze and, believe it or not, through 100s, potentially heading 109s, 110s, in and around those levels. What do you think that means for FX emergings? What do you think it means for Bitcoin? What do you think it means for paper gold during the pre-reset period? Generally, not so good. Until, and there is this important note and exception, you get that flippening event. And actually, in part, you've already been getting it because we were the big bears that told you oil was going to single digit, and then we pivoted and said energies are now going to be one of your major bulls. And those two things should be completely contra-indicative. That means when the dollar is going up, the oil should be going down. However, in actual fact, we've been getting oil strength. I will be showing you relatively the oil chart as well, which is being stubbornly strong. This is a key feature of a stagflationary environment. In other words, stubbornly high prices on crushed consumers. And what are your agents of deception telling you? I'll tell you what your agents of deception are telling you. Biden is awfully proud of the GDP surge that he has created. Signs of a strong economy, he tells you. Mr. Powell is saying, never before, almost historical standards, tight labor markets, such a strong economy. So goddamn strong that everyone is bailing out of risk on trades. That's right. They've been bailing out of the NASDAQ. They've been bailing out of equities. They've been bailing out of Bitcoin. Such a strong economy. So many people feeling so optimistic. They are putting on the fear trade. That's right. Charge into the dollar. Fear. Dumping. Yields climbing on debt. They don't want to hold debt. They don't want to hold gold. Paper gold prices, they don't want to hold most things, and stubbornly high oil prices. That's how beautiful and powerful the economy that Biden, Powell, and all the Fed chief satans have created for you. That's the story they're selling you. I am telling you, it's risk off. It is risk off and cash dollar cash particularly, not lira cash, I'm afraid, is absolutely eating risk on at the moment. And that is what you're going to see in the live charts. What else did we say when else did we say it? We've been in the dollar long camp for quite a while. This was the down leg. Here was your COVID's 3 impulse falling wedge all the way down, down, down. The blue impulse at the bottom here, we talk about 3 impulses and falling wedges. You can learn about that with us. Started to square up, and we said you're going to get a breakout. By the way, that was at 88 levels. You're now 97 on the dollar index. That is huge in percentage terms. It is bigger than it sounds. And that was the beginning of this reversal of a down leg. Yes, sirree. That is what happened. After the big printathon, that was the massive stimulus that has given us such a strong economy. Oh dear. Well, the US consumer ain't feeling so strong, but the billionaire class is doing just dandy. There we go. There was a couple of other images from 2020 in December when we were highlighting the spill and the key zone around which we expected it would probably find some support, or if it had fallen through, it would have been a cyclical reversal and dollar weakness. So we've been on the dollar strength trade for a while. What does it mean for you? Well, unfortunately, it is not so good for gold. We warned, don't overtrust this bull little move that you are getting out of gold. A lot of people are getting excited. There are a few people tweeting about it, and I suggested skepticism. The comment went, well, there's lots of skeptics now, so you're probably all going to be wrong. That was our friend Peter Brunt that was saying that. I'm not sure he's going to be right. A hard sell. Remember the momentum to the downside. And you can go, yes, it's a manipulated market though, but. Absolutely. Go and stock physical at the discount window. All you can. No problem with that. But I'm going to tell you that the participants that can pull a market down that hard, that fast, versus the rate and the time it took to go up is a bid absence. That's it. It's called a bid absence. It is a plummet. It is a spiller. It's a thriller. It's all the way from Manila. It is fast and furious, and if you're short in those kind of market environments, you get quick cash, and if you're long, you watch those stops get skippage, slippage, you name it, kick in the backside, and boy does it hurt. So we try to keep you out of the paper gold price. Similar is going on in silver as well. Bring him up, up. You got to get out of overlay jaw, Francis. Bring silver up. I'm a massive silver bull. Macro, but I don't think you're going to get the chance to trade it through. They will just do a reset and a revaluation. Assets are prices. We can put any value to it. Post Great Debt Jubilee and all the other absolute. Oh, Trudeau. Got to say something about Trudeau. Trudeau got a little bit sick on the name that you dare and mention and is therefore isolating. While half his nation is in trucks being cheered on in the sleet and the snow. Oh, you need to follow our Reset Sniper channel. Little Young President Society under Klaus Schwab, along with Jacinda of New Zealand, smirking as she talks about the suicide rates in her beloved country. Such nice people. You should go and learn more about it. But don't let me digress. That is on our Odyssey channel. You'll need a few library tokens if you want to participate. Silver down. Silver is down too, and that is quite a spill. We were knocking on 24.5, heading for the 25. Boom. Next thing you look, 22.75. You sub the 23 level. Bid absence. Not healthy, guys. Not healthy. What else did I want to talk to you about? Well, people talking about Russia and Ukraine. Isn't that interesting? Always a little stimulus war and bring a little bit of heat. We've got such a strong economy, but we've got this little heat that needs to be created that is keeping the oil price a little bit dandy with Ukraine and Russia. Look over there, look over there. Who knows what's going on? China, spiller. Look at that grind line breaking. This is the Shanghai Composite Index. This is not global strength. This is not people taking risks and betting and getting in. This is a deleveraging. This is looking like fear. It smells like fear. I smell pee in people's pants. I am not in the, isn't this an awesome, beautiful economy? Everyone's getting so many job offers for 30% more wages. No, sirree. In factual fact, Your probable inflation in the US on shadow stats is in and around 15%. So GDP going marginally up, which is enough to get Biden bragging on a devaluing peanut shell currency. In fact, all the peanuts have been taken out. You're now not even getting the full peanut, you're getting just the shells. Of course, people have to get paid more to show up to do dull-ass jobs while they're busy sorting out the robotic labor thing. Anyway, so that's the Shanghai Corp. This was your Dixie. Let's show you the Dixie draw. That is even stronger than I expected. I thought it might rest before running these highs. Maybe need a little bit of winding up to go again. It's gone straight past. It's gone straight past, which is also what oil is doing. So, in an environment where so many people are having such a good time and such a buoyant economy, the oil price is up. Wage growth is in and around 2%, but inflation is at 7%. They're going backwards at -5%. Most people are on fixed wage salaries. Only the billionaire class watching the assets going up. Only now, they're not. Tesla, down. NASDAQ, down. SPY, down. Indices, down. Why is that happening? It's such a buoyant economy. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's have a look at those energies for you, because these are the ones that typically should be doing more what gold and silver are doing and actually are holding out pretty well. Here they come. WTI, look into my eyes, fantasize about being an oil baron. There you go, running the previous high. Look, marginally higher high now. I expect with this level of dollar strength, in fact, you are going to see some slowing down and some movement to the downside. But this has been stubborn strength. Don't forget, Brent, which is a slightly pricier version, very close to $90. When this whole market turned and we said your single digit had run, they did a final collapse out of the macro falling wedge on the monthly for oil. Let's remind you about that whole call super quick. We said now that they've plummeted it and caused an absolute dearth of new investment, and they canned all the fracking. Now you're getting the exact opposite. You're getting the final capitulation on the bear side, now leading to a snapback rally to the upside. We said you will run back to triple digits. And you will take out in time, this is a macro call, by the way, so this will not be tomorrow, it's not next week. You will take out the previous all-time highs up top here, and you'll probably see 250 plus in oil. But that will be in diminished dollars, and the dollar will be king over the likes of your lira, your rand, your Indian rupee, your Brazilian real, and many of the others. We have also seen the ruble slipping a little bit. Not necessarily a trade, but the Turkish lira has certainly been one, tight, and has been sitting, could start to bleed up again. Watch your pricing on those markets. Okay, that's a good opening salvo. A little bit of information for you. Let's have a look at the comments. Here we come, said someone called the Market Sniper. Oh dear, that's me. Okay. Looks like the predictions with Santiago Capital Brent is coming true, says MK Ultra 90. Yes, indeed, sir, you are indeed correct. Don't forget to hit that like, he also says. Very, very good indeed. Please don't. Hexican Man, Pulse Chain, he wants to talk about cryptos. Not such a good environment for any form of crypto risk. Yes, we have a crypto channel. No, I won't do deep dive on Bitcoin here. That's for that particular channel. But I will tell you, overall dominance in dollar is going to be a headwind for all risk-ons. Crypto is being categorized as a high beta risk-on asset class. That means it's going to find it hard. That means it could mean further downsides for the majors. It's going to be a money extraction event. Remember, they stopped doing QE. They stopped monetizing if and when. Note, by the way, the FOMC. What a story that was yesterday, by the way. Powell. How many times did he actually say, we will be nimble? What that actually means is he's going to be pivoting backwards and forwards like a flippin' fruit fly in a rotten fruit farm. I can tell you that much. They will overcook it one way, then they will be cutting and stimulating the other way. They're going to refer to it as being nimble and checking the data. Note how he also added humble. In other words, we're expecting a butt kicking whatever we do. Yeah, so he's already talking about how humble he is. But he reasserted countless times this dominant labor market, this huge expansion, this powerful, all-conquering economy. How are you Americans feeling? How are you feeling? Tell me how you're doing. Hello, Africa. Tell me how you're doing. I'd like to know, how are you feeling? Are you feeling like you're in King Kong land on the economy? Did you get 3 job offers, all offering you 30% more than what you're currently earning? Maybe if you're a software tech developer, you might. Generally, I'm guessing no, but anyway, that's maybe just me. So, Powell, yesterday on FOMC, asserting more people thinking that now they're going to do 5 interest rate hikes. Let me just say to you, the actual implementation of interest rate hikes makes the cost of debt more expensive, and there is huge sensitivity when you have vast amounts of debt to that, and discretionary spending disappears. It will suck juice out of the system. The servicing of debt has to remain cheap, otherwise it's going to kill lots and lots of nasty little dollars. And when they stop monetizing, note, other key point that came out of FOMC and Powell, by the way, while I put this down, and remember, he also said, we will take our time on the balance sheet reduction. The key element is the Fed financing rate. So he wants to focus on interest rates. He wants you to focus there. Look, we put up interest rates by a 1/4 point, but they'll keep providing liquidity to the balance sheet. But hold on, you've got such a strong economy. Why are you going to keep doing QE on one end of the fire, pouring petrol, and water on the other end of the fire? We predicted countless times on this channel, the day will come that they will start interest rate tightening, the Fed fund rate going up, and simultaneously have an overlap period where they are still providing liquidity because they need to prop up their debt failing markets. They have to keep on monetizing. That is your balls to the wall, super strong economy. What a bunch of deception. What a bunch of deception indeed. Anyway, back to the metaverse world of Jay Powell and Biden, where everything is awesome. Oh, love it. I haven't had this much fun in ages. Listen, we're deeping with deep liars and fib tellers, by the way, folks. And this is a fear trade. It doesn't end well. There is no space for a real tightening cycle, and they're already de-risking. That's what's happening. Ask Kathy of ARK how this awesome economy is doing and how they feel about risk. Anyway, back to your comments. Let's get them in. Which order are they? Facing up, facing down? Which way am I looking? Am I going up or am I going? Marcus Sender, he says, with lots of smiley faces. Nicholas P., I can't wait for this. I saw the rising wedge on gold futures, and I'm seeing the pullback. Question is, does it do a technical bounce off the lower diagonal support line? Time will tell. He's asking about gold. As I said, when this was going up, it's the brave man that when something's going up says, don't buy it, don't chase it, it could go down. Everybody is a natural momentum chaser. All the comments coming, look at gold, look at it, it's bullish. I had a guy on Twitter, you've lost all credibility in my eyes, not being the gold paper gold bull. That's what he said. I was gutted. I have to say, I was absolutely destroyed. And today, I feel better. Oh dear. No, I wasn't gutted, and to be honest, we can still be wrong. But that grinding line in red on the chart, back to the charts, over there, that grinding line in red is a dangerous line. I would like to see it broken but not spilled through. But my concern is if this dollar strength continues to accelerate, where does the dollar index take you, by the way? So much we've said. Where does the dollar index take you? We'll say goodbye to our Euro USD, by the way, which has on its head and shoulder only a target break through the 110s that we've asserted since the 118s, which is actually quite a significant move in points, my fine fellas. My miscellaneous assorted pastries and other fine accompaniments. This is your dollar index, 99.79. You're probably going to get perilously close to the 100 mark on the Dixie. 100 Dixie, back to 3 digits, look into my eyes, 3 numbers, how many fingers, Tricky Dicky Biden sniffing the hair, 3 fingers. That's it. Yep. So were that to happen, getting up there, you're heading right back to a funnel level of resistance that was the first inverted after the event that one may not say on YouTube, lest you wish to be demonetized or put down the scale, that led to the spiller, the absolute thriller that took you all the way from 100 down to 88. Don't forget, fine peoples, during this period, Dollar dominance will not be over after this 99.9 run, wherever it may rest. It will have a pause and a rest, and everyone will go, that's it. It'll have a pullback of some form, and then that bigger chart that we showed you over here could come into play. Not that one, not that one, not even that one, but this one. After resting in and around here, let me draw. This is a much bigger time frame. This is the 99, a rest period there, and a possibility of decent pullback, enough to put everyone back on. Here comes the euro. Wrong. It'll have a little moment. It'll have a little rest. It's kind of being allowed a breath in between being strangled and throttled. And then we expect further upside to that. That is a continuation pattern in assumption, in the same way that that was the first in a new major trend. On a monthly macro, this system dies on dollar strength. The first time I heard Brent say it, I knew he was onto something. He is just not a man for HVF method, but he is a man who spoke sense in terms of principles. And it seems like I think he will be vindicated, and the timing will come. And it was the right idea. Okay, what's other questions have you got for me before we conclude? Don't forget, themarketsniper.com. If you want to be part of our amazing community, we are meeting community members right here. In fact, we fired AR-15 shotguns and 9mm not too far away from here in an amazing shooting range. We had a great time. We've gone and had some eats out. You can come. We will also have a community-based event that's private for community members available. We'll release dates for our community guys over here. You could be part of this fun and excitement. You could be preparing your defense in reset times. Follow on the Odyssey channel. The reset, it's under the Market Sniper, but it is our reset content. Also, all of our YouTube is backed up there in the event of falling foul of the censor gods. What else have you got me as questions before I leave? Let's go to the bottom here. We are the remnants. Got everyone rushing to buy bonds. What if the Fed wants a strong dollar for the war effort? I don't know how far they're going to take that war. They're certainly not talking about intervening. They sound like they're going to step back and just punish Russia on the SWIFT system. It seems like they're busy telling them we'll do nothing, go and get them. We'll just do more sanctions, financial shenanigans. It's almost like begging them to do the war. It's almost like, no, we'll punish them there. There's no sign of really getting involved. I don't know what's happening on the ground. Who knows? False flaggy information, misinformation, controlled hangout, distraction, any of those things may apply. So I'm probably not the guy to give you an update there. I say anything remains possible. It is skullduggery, and I'll point out that Vladimir Putin also fell under the little young leaders of tomorrow society many years back, much like Tony B. Liar and all the rest of them. So wishing much love and gains to all, says Elita Tiltarara number 1. Carthage Delenda East. Is SoftBank about to blow up, by the way? Indices looking meh. How many more down days before Fed buckle? We all know this ends in more printing. So to answer that question, how many more down days? Far more important than what the level of Bitcoin is, that has wild oscillations, is in fact how much the billionaire class stock indexes have gone up or down. So again, let me have a look at that with you. And you want to look at the NASDAQ, the NDX, and you want to look at the SPY. So to do that, go on down and, whoops, going the wrong way, this one. So what's Apple doing today? A bit of a bellwether for tech, a little bit down. It is, of course, something that does provide real yield and earnings, unlike some of the super growthy ones. What's the Dow doing? Looking a bit skittish. If you think that's a bottom, I've got a bridge to sell you. I don't believe that's a bottom. The hammer was quite promising for the bottom, but what's followed since looks far less certain. It looks like lots of rickshaw boys. They look like spiders. Long wicks, indecision, tiny bodies, tall upper and lower wicks. That could indeed go anywhere, and that looks a bit flag-like. It doesn't look bottom. It's got that skittishness of volatility, a little bit of fluttering. Could be flag, could be bear flag. Doesn't look like a bottom yet. Too skittish, not calm, not calm. This is calm price behavior over here. That is skittish price behavior, thrashing around, indecision. Generally doesn't always work out very well. Not a bull bottoming signal. Tesla made a new low during the course of today, so it's taken out that low. And it's been one of the biggest and best. Kathy dumped it when it still went a whole bunch higher. Bad timing to get out of the big growth story and into the smaller ones, I think personally. But that'll be how it'll be. What about the other indices? How far will they let them fall? SPY, SPY, that is the ETF. Similar skittish flag-like price behavior here. Let's give you a bigger view than the 4-hour view. Right now you are down. This has not truly sold off for me. These aren't crashes. Put my magnet on, go on, put him on, and up to the top, to the very bottom in terms of how far it's gone down. That is 12.35%, and at its current level, it's not even 10. That is not a meaningful big correction so far, fine fellas. I can tell you that much. It is not meaningful at all. You went 38%, I think, in the COVID collapse, and you would probably expect to fall closer to that than this. So, Fed tightening, such a strong economy. You'll see how that works out. How many will they actually get through? The people saying 5, I think they are deeply wrong. I think the wheels fall off quite a bit sooner. March, supposedly, the first increase. Some people saying there may even be a doubler to come out swinging. Well, they could have raised rates yesterday, but chose not to. They could raise rates February. It doesn't seem like they're flagging that. So for now, it seems more inflation. Okay, thank you very much for coming on. I hope you've enjoyed it. Dollar Boss. Simple thing. It's going to be sustained till 99. Do not chase into things priced in dollars. Do not chase into things priced in dollars. Rather have the dollars wind at your back rather than headwinds. That, unfortunately, cancels crypto largely for now. Cancels equities and indices largely for now. Cancels the euro for now. It becomes a simpler trading world. Go the other way. Go with the dollar on the macro time frame. Yes, there can be pullbacks. Wait for them. But the major big time frame surge is a strong dollar. With that, I love you and leave you. Thank you for coming by. Come and join us in the jungle. Come and watch the ships queuing up and causing that supply chain fandango. Come and do whatever you want. We're down here keeping it warm when the rest of the world is catching funny flus. Bye for now. Salute.